Hello there, everyone. Let me first like usual. I do not own this picture, not pivot. Okay, so here's the thing. I watched most of the things last night. I do have something I gotta work on, but because I'm a lazy fuck, yes, I said it. I curse. I know I am lazy, and we all need to know that. I've been just watching YouTube. Like basically, I did not sleep last night. I was just like, you know what? If I'm just watching YouTube, but tonight I'll be working on my shit. So, uh, life sucks. uh, so yeah. Anyways, um, I'm just gonna be probably working. Um, it should be my homework. I'm gonna be getting it done tomorrow. Just I had today's like my long night. So yeah. So I just wanted to relax. And it's like fuck. Yeah, I know. I'm cursing. So what? Most of my freaking viewers, I've found out it's mostly like 18 to 20 something, whatever year olds. So, yeah, why not? Anyways, still won't make freaking plus 18 content. No, will not make that. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, this is what if Naruto was trained by samurais, the demonized clan, and plus it was right at the whole entire event of the the Force of Death, which I think was the biggest cliffhanger. No, it was the Meliodas one. That was the biggest cliffhanger I've ever done. Alright, so anyways, let's just get into this. So, at the Force of Death, they arrive. Akano, did explain everything after just signing the waiver. Naruto's looking up at the sky and, well, he just thinks to himself, for some reason, I have a feeling today is going to be a really interesting day. Even a bad one, but who knows? As in, Akano has says things to herself. As she sees Naruto, he's not paying attention. And so, because Akano just does this in canon, she throws her kunai at him, trying to hit him on the cheek, but instantly, without even looking, Naruto catches the kunai right between two fingers. He does then look at her and goes like, I'm always on guard, So, as then he basically has the kunai go thrown up to the air, catches it, and then throws it right back to her, says afterwards, so don't ever think you can try to do something like that to me. Got it? As it does stick into the fence, as she nods her head slowly. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I remember now the ship is Hinata. Ugh. Not a fan of it, but hey, I did promise someone a long time ago when I was making this series, this was going to be the ship. So, yeah, a lot of stuff is going to happen differently. Like, the whole entire Shippuden is going to be like, probably only like 3 parts. Heck, even just like 4 in this series. That's how I want to make this series now. Because of this. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm joking around. But anyways, so yeah. So after that, the gates open. Akano basically leaves. Everyone runs into the forest. And Team 7, Hinata, Sasuke, and Naruto are trying to formulate a plan. Well, at least Sasuke and Hinata. Naruto, on the other hand, just starts walking away into the forest with both of his swords by his side. And basically, Sasuke's wondering, Naruto, why are you going in there by yourself? He's like, easy. If we don't go now, you never know what's gonna happen if we could actually get something early. So I'll catch you guys later. And basically, Hinata wants to run with him, but yeah, I mean, he does look back at Hinata, just telling her, "Stay with Sasuke. He'll need your help more than me." All right. She nods, and so Sasuke and her make a plan. But when they go in, everything goes similar to canon, but with not Naruto there. But we're gonna go right to the part with Naruto walking by himself. He's just walking casually. Kurama's just talking to him like, Naruto, be careful. Someone's chakra here was above the limit of normal gettings. I know. Be frank, I'm also above everyone's level. But still, this is gonna be a little bit interesting today. Uh, my warrior, I mean, my instincts are telling me to go find that person and kill them already. But hey, that's what happens when, well, you become like this. He's referring to him and Kurama. Well, somehow he got the Kurama eyes and, the bloodlust too. Even the instincts to go always and kill someone. Plus the samurai training. He has honor, but at the same time, he's just willing to kill someone today for some reason. And so, when Naruto's walking, he can sense a whole bunch of people, around him. He goes, "Come on out, weaklings. You got no chance in defeating me." And with that, they basically jump out and say, "Who you calling us weak?" As then, I'm just saying is, because I forgot if I gave him any jutsus besides wind. Because of Kurama, chakra natures, fire, lightning. Okay, let's just say this. He learned some extra jutsus. Water element, earth element, wind element, fire element, and yeah. Earth, wind, fire, water, lightning. He learns all 5 chakra, all 5, elemental jutsus, new ones. And he goes, "Alright then, lightning style." As he makes the hand signs, as the lightning around him is starting to form, as then he says, puts up his hand, he goes, "Lightning birds." As it, all of a sudden, birds of pure lightning come out of his hand, and just goes flying right towards just his enemies, hitting them, knocking them out due to the pressure of, well, not the pressure, due to the amount of lightning was in, caused them. So he goes, not even. As in all of a sudden, on reflexes, Naruto unsheath his sword and points it to the person's neck right next to him. It is someone from the grass village. In the grass, whatever it is. As he goes, "Clever kid," he's like, "Shut it or die. Why are you here?" He's like, "I'm just here to kill you, that's all." As, this is the Kurama blade, basically. He's forming chakra into it. As the blade's kind of getting sharper now, he's like, he goes, "Really? Do you want to die so early?" So the guy jumps back and he goes, "The one who's gonna die is you!" As in an instant before he can do anything, Naruto just, cuts off his head. And he's just dead. He brought out a weapon, so it's like, "Hey, death." He smiles at this. He goes, "For a weapon, for someone with a weapon, that, well," as he looks at the umbrella he has was a weapon, he knows. So it's like, for that was the most weakest thing I've ever seen. So he basically does fire style, fireball jutsu, burn a body. Basically, he goes like, giving it a proper burial sort of thing. But that's after he digs the hole, puts the body in a hole, burns it, covers it, and then basically let the ground take in the nutrients. So yeah. So anyways, he goes over to the guy, the people that he knocked out. He looked for the scroll. They have, basically he found the scroll, and instantly he sheaths the sword after the whole entire thing. Though he sheathed it, so now he's running towards them, very fast. And Kurama is saying to him, "Kid, sometimes I even wonder. I mean, you're basically since you were trained by the Demon Eyes clan, you basically are a demon with these eyes. So why fight like normal people? I've always been wondering that." He goes, "To prove a point." He goes, "Huh? To prove to this effing village that no matter what they did to me or calling me a demon, I am still human. It does not matter to me if they, will come at me. I'll fight to the very end to survive. That is all." And so, when Naruto arrives, it's like right before Orochimaru comes out, tries to attack. So when he comes, he goes, "Yo guys, I'm back." He throws Sasuke the scroll, and well, when I think that he comes right before Orochimaru, he comes after a few minutes before Orochimaru. gets there. Try to come out and attack Sasuke. So right when that happened, when he froze the skull, Orochimaru stick out his arm, catching the scroll, and then basically coming out of the ground and jumping backwards. Basically, he was like, my, thank you. This is gonna be very useful to me. Then he's like, Sasuke's getting mad. Hinata gets the Byakugan out, and Naruto can already tell this is the chakra he was sensing. Kurama, let's not waste any time. I'm not in the mood for this today. I just want to get to the actual preliminaries or whatever. Get this over done with, because he knows there's way too many people are gonna survive. He can already sense that. His sensory's basically he can sense most people are surviving. Not many people are dying. So it's hey, too many people preliminaries. Gotcha. So yeah, so basically when Sasuke, he's about to tell Sasuke to stop and don't even try to fight him, Sasuke doesn't listen. And Sasuke just runs in head first, going in fighting. Tomoe's out basically, and just trying to defeat Orochimaru. And this one, Orochimaru overpowers him so easily. In fact, he's able to get the curse mark. As then he looks at Naruto. He's like, "You, boy with the red eyes." He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" As then he pulls out the sword. He was like, "You want to die, Snake?" He's like, Well, your big giant snake friend over there. As then all of a sudden he looks, the snake is basically cut in half because, when Naruto unsheathed his sword, instead of just taking it out slowly, he basically did a quick swipe. Basically, it's a little flick of the wrist swipe. A little bit of chakra went right into the tip of the blade, making a slice, and killing the snake. That's how it happened. And so when Orochimaru saw it was split into two. And it's ow! He's like, "Oh, sorry. I like to call this one of my little special chakra techniques with a sword. But hey, it's not really matters." Anyways, so what do you want with Sasuke? See, his eyes. Ah, the Uchiha eyes. They suck, right? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, believe it or not, there really is a downside to a lot of things with them. But hey, it's not like it matters anyways. For you, that is. And in that split second, Naruto's gone, and with the chakra covering the sword, along with being a part of, he put a crown chakra in it. It basically slices Orochimaru in half, but then the snakes come back and fix him. And Naruto's like, no wonder I smelled snakes on you. Let me guess, Orochimaru, one of the three Sonics. As he does rip off that fake face of his, and he was like, yes. Yes, it is. Hold on, my parents came back. Alright, sorry, but anyways. So, yeah. Hinata knows about, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and, Tsunade, like everyone does. So she's, terrified about this, that this person wants Sasuke. And and then Naruto says, "You're obsessed with immortality. Cute. But too bad you're gonna die here." As then he goes "Really? How am I going to?" As then all of a sudden, he just notices the blade that Naruto is holding has red chakra coming off of it, and it just keeps growing. Kurama inside of him is laughing hysterical because this guy doesn't even know what's up. As Naruto just says, "Kurama, stop holding back my bloodlust already. Let me show this snake why he should never mess with the fox samurai." And then Kurama just laughs and he goes "Alright, I gotcha." As in all of a sudden, when Kurama stops holding it back, Orochimaru, everyone in the village, in the forest of death, any of the nearby villages from that's near Konoha village, feels this bloodlust leaking off of Naruto, as Orochimaru is in fear, as his eyes he's just smiling, as the sword is technically growing in size, And then he basically just says, now, sword style. Basically he just, as then the red chakras turn to fire. He goes, Phoenix burn it. Not Phoenix burning. Uh, Phoenix divider. As then with basically the speed that Naruto moves, it looks like a pure flame just slicing the air, just basically going to Orochimaru, as then he gets cut not just one time but in multiple pieces, and with Naruto holding the scroll in his hand, as he just goes, and that's why you'd never mess with someone like me. Got it, Snake? As when Naruto looks back, Orochimaru is dead, like legit, he is dead, but not for long. He goes, also, remember this is when you come back to life, you're doing to a certain cloning thing you have. Never mess with the fox samurai. As this is Orochimaru seeing this, he's no, not nice. Yeah, not seeing this. I mean, he's thinking though, you killed me. Wait, cloning, immortal body of clone, regeneration due to Hashirama cells. Basically, he gets the immortality body very early. Everybody that is will always regenerate and come back to life, no matter what. And so he smiles because of this boy, he finally achieved his dream in immortality. Basically, and well, now he's basically thinking when he's so negative, he's thinking, "Thank you, boy," and then he fades away. The curse mark is still on Sasuke, but just the cells of Orochimaru is gone. But unknown to Orochimaru, Kabuto already suspected this from Naruto, so he did the cloning process, does the reanimation jutsu with the clone, and well, the process of him becoming the clone, well, Shippuden. So basically, I just said like same reanimation because I never saw it properly. But anyways, whatever happens, how he becomes a clone, gets his immortal body. That happens with him now. And so Kabuto says, Lord Orochimaru, I'm glad you returned. As then Orochimaru smiles and he goes like, we do not need to attack the leaf no more. I shall go back home and see my old master. And so, with that, Kabuto is shocked, a little bit surprised, but happy with Orochimaru achieving his dream. So he leaves, they basically don't kill the Kage of the sand. They don't kill him. So basically the mission is still going on with him, but Orochimaru will come. Like, he's not there, so the Kage is basically gonna be like going there during that month. So it's like, yeah. But anyways, back to Naruto. As Naruto goes to Sasuke, he goes, Sasuke, wake up. He's like, Naruto, the pain has stopped. Is that whatever was there hurting me still there? Naruto does look at it and he goes like, yeah, it's still there, but I don't know what it is. Does anything feel different? He goes like, somewhat, but I think I'm okay. As Naruto says, try anything to see what it does. And so he kind of he activates his, Sharingan, as then all of a sudden the marks start to appear on him. But it's like, it's not, like his chakra is, different. It's still the same, but it's just an extra boost of it. It's like, this power, it's incredible. He's like, yeah, looks like that snake did give us something good. Oi, Hinata. It's like, yeah, Naruto was like, come on, let's go. You fine? She's like, yeah. As she is kind of looking at him a little bit scared, and he's like, sorry about that. I really am. She, does understand that it was a legendary Sannin, so she goes, it's fine. And then he says, want me to give you a, piggyback ride? She's like, what do you mean? He was like, Well, you're on the floor. Basically, your legs seem like they cannot move. So we got Tutu being in fear. So she's like, sure. So Naruto picks her up on her back and just start running. Basically, Sasuke still can't believe saying, I can't believe you killed him. He was like, that snake will be back. Probably different. Most likely. I don't know. Just knowing that snake doesn't stay down for long. And Sasuke's like, huh? He was like, trust me. He's like, okay. So basically, they get to the area before Gara. That where the fights are gonna be besides the arena. They open the scroll. Kakashi goes, wow, you guys are here early. Impressive. Naruto, was that you who made all that bloodlust? He's like, yeah. Sorry about that. It's complicated. So they tell him about Orochimaru, what happened, and even about the seal. The mark on Sasuke. The whole reason why it didn't disappear because of Orochimaru was back and he dispelled the cells within. When he died, the cells were basically destroyed. Well, I know he can really use it to make them come back, take over the body of someone, but he's like, Sasuke absorb Orochimaru, get more power to keep him in control, but it was like, this one, Orochimaru cells disappear before the curse mark could, so they still have the power of the curse mark. Orochimaru has nothing to, change or, do anything to them now. Whoever holds it. So yeah. So Naruto basically just says, yeah, and it seems like Sasuke can handle this a little bit, but I'm not too sure. Someone that's gonna seal that up. And, Kakashi agrees. So what happens is, though, Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata go over to, they go to a room to rest. Basically, Naruto is sitting in the corner of his swords, leaning against the wall with him as he's like holding them in one arm, as Hinata's kind of inching closer to him, wants to try to lean right against him. As when Naruto's open his eyes, her face scars ready. He's like, come here. He's like, just come here. As even though they're not together, they start cuddling, and Sasuke's like, that's cute. So yeah. Anyways, so after that little thing happened, after waiting a couple of days, Naruto training, doing 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 squats, and a 10K run. No, he just did that much and then swordsmanship practice. So yeah, that was it. The 10K run was why. He just did that much training. Which, when anyone saw him training like that, it was like, ow! As Naruto says, duh. I'm a samurai. Because I was trained by them for years. This is my quick warm-up. As then he does make multiple Shadow Clone Jutsu. As around 20 Shadow Clones of him with holding the exact same sword. Had the exact same sword by their sides. They all pull out, the sword Kurama. He, named it, and basically was like, come on then. As he just unsheathes both swords, he says, come at me! As basically all his Shadow Clones are running at him, and he just dashes towards them all. And it is a fight that no one can see, but they can see slash marks on the ground. Even other clones get sent flying into the wall. Heck, even some of them are just using wind style, water style on the swords. And it's just like, imagine the deadly, not the deadly sense. Imagine the Demon Slayer breathing techniques, but with just chakra on the sword, and basically some doing just jutsus in general, and it's like, how? And so I think I made Sasuke with Ino. Yeah, I think I did. 100% I did. Whatever. So yeah, my band went a different one, but I remember saying something about this when I look back at the videos. So yeah, so basically, Sasuke's just watching this. Ino's right next to him. She's just smiling. She's like, so, how's everything? He goes like, oh, besides me getting this curse mark, and then, well, Kakashi had to put a seal on it. Pretty good. It's like, wow, that sucks. He was like, yeah. Turns out Naruto killed him. He's pretty fast and strong. I wonder how much legit. I wonder what. I mean, how much. Well, how strong did he get with samurais he was with? Which does not. Even Hinata. As then Ino goes, so Hinata, have you and Naruto gotten closer together? As Hinata blushes red and she goes, yes, we were. As then Sasuke says they were cuddling. Even though not together, she wanted to try to put her head against Naruto's shoulder and sleep on it because the swords were in his right arm. He was in a corner. And, well, he just told her to come over. And then, well, they call up. It was like, just kind of smiling. And she's like saying, I'm so happy, and all this. Neji cannot hear it. But he sent, Neji's there, but he cannot hear it. And Hinata saw her saying, like, my baby girl. My overprotected fire senses are tickling. Who is this boy she likes now? Oh, better not be that Naruto. Because if so, it's not because of the demon, it's because I will protect my daughter! Basically. Fugaku? What's the name? Whatever. I don't really care about Hinata's father or the Hyugas that much, besides Neji. Good reasons. Good reasons why. Anyways. So yeah, so after everyone came in, they did say we have over too many people, so it's just gonna be a fight between people. And so, switching up the matches a little here. Gara of the Sand versus Naruto Uzumaki. As Naruto goes like, huh. One Tails. Cool. As he jumps over the railing and lands. Basically, he's having his arm still on his sword. And basically, Gara does the whole entire sand covering him, and then he lands as he's in the middle of the field. Well, on his side. As his brother says, I want to fight, good fight between you two. As Gara starts letting all the sand come out, Naruto goes, yo, One Tails. Go easy. You need to rest your chakra. Because this fight's going to be not a very long one, but you're going to need to heal that kid. As basically, when the father says, begin, Naruto does, all of a sudden, says, lightning style, lightning red cloak. As basically, lightning comes over Naruto, but it's all in red. He does say, I don't have a very, thinking to himself, I don't have a very good chakra affinity with this, but I made sure I was able to make this one. Well, I know I think I made him have this in the very first episode, but it's he still doesn't have a good chakra affinity, so he's been trying to master all the elements chakra, and it's pretty decent. But still is this does take a good number as everyone sees the red chakra color around him, as then all of a sudden he gets into a stance, and what happens is when one blade, the crown blade's glowing within the sheath, as no one knows what's gonna happen, but everything in Shigaku and Gara is telling them to say forfeit, give up. As Shigaku says, give up, give up, give up. He's gonna kill us, give up. As before even Gara can even say a word, Naruto basically just unsheaths his sword, and a blinding light. He's already behind Gara, in which there's a slash mark right across his chest, basically. Scarred, like, was, basically blood spews out, and he was, my blood. He looks at Naruto with the Kurama eyes, and all of a sudden, he could just see something. Something behind Naruto, the nine-tailed fox. As he smiles, he's like, "Go down, Shikaku. Don't even try to take over with the kid. I'll heal him. Don't worry." As Shikaku even was attacking in the gate, within the gate himself, it's just, God, you brat. And he falls down along with Gaara. And so, since Gaara gets knocked out, the people are coming over, but Naruto, he stops him, and then he basically turns Gaara to when he can see the wound on him. He goes, "I know I didn't cut him that deep, but this much blood? Man, this kid's weak." So he starts pouring, Kurama's chakra around him, and it starts to heal him. Even Shikaku himself is starting to heal because of this. And within this instant, Shikaku can see all of Naruto's memories. And how much he trained with the Demon Eyes clan. And he is now legit terrified of this kid. So, yeah, after healing him, he tells him to take him away. As he nod, and, he basically flicks the blood off his blade, sheeps it, and before Naruto even get over, to there, Tamari and Kankuro jump down as, someone's about to say something as Tamari said, "How dare you for him, my little brother!" And Kankuro, both of them said exactly the same time. As Naruto just looks at them, he goes, "Wind style," and he does the hand signs. "Wind bullet!" And basically he spews out, wind at them, hitting them both. Which, it was not a very strong one, but still, it was enough to hurt them. So, if you want to fight me in the finals. Got it. As they basically vowed revenge. So, yeah. So, basically, Naruto jumps up. He basically just went there. All the fights go similar, but beforehand, Hinata congratulated him. Sasuke just said, "What was that?" It was like, it was a mixture between the lightning cloak I made a while back, plus a lightning jutsu that I stored into my sword because of, I forged this sword to being very, very unique with chakra. You can make it a whole lot more powerful with jutsus if I can. And plus, if I actually have a strong enough jutsu over sword, I can if it's the same element, I can basically do a counter with it, send it back, but maybe a little bit 2 times stronger. Who knows? Yes, I'm making that reference. Don't judge me. So yeah, with Sasuke shocked and along with Hinata and Kakashi, and then everything goes similar. So with the Neji and Hinata fight, that goes a little bit different because Hinata's able to put up a decent fight, but then just a whole a prodigy of his own, he tries to kill Hinata. And in a blitz, without anyone noticing, Neji has the sword right to his neck, saying, "You move, you die. You even flinch, you die. You blink, if I, say so, you die." With the Kurama eyes now looking into a Neji, senses fear, and he goes, "Do you understand me? Blink, if you do." As then he, does. He's like, "Good. Now, listen here. I will not kill you, but I will hurt you in the finals. Near the finals or whatever event's next. And I'm gonna make sure you see what happens when you hurt the person I care about. Got it? Blink if you do." As he nods, and he blinks. He's like, "Good. Now, go back over to your teammates before I decide to cut off your head." As he does. He leaves, sweating, as Naruto basically puts the sword away. And Naruto goes over to Hinata, checking her if she's alright. she does say, Naruto, as chakra, from Kurama is going over her, healing her wounds and whatever would have gave her problems in canon. She does say thank you. He does smile, says no problem. When the medical team comes over, they take her away. As he looks at Neji, and he does that thing, he vows to defeat him. Basically that's because she said her ninja way was never to give up. Naruto was the same way, but a little more different. But anyways, yeah. So after that display, everyone was quickly terrified. Like legit, when they heard him say that, it was so cold, like it's so menacing. They didn't know. No one, other Jonins or even the Hokage himself knew what to do. It was like pure, like Hiruzen saw all the embodiment of the demonized clan in him. Like, all that intention of all like killer intent was in him. It was quite scary for him, like quite shocking, terrifying, but amusing. So yeah, so after that, the month of training begins. Neji's training so hard because he's not gonna let Naruto outdo him. Naruto is basically training even harder, and well, this is when he meets Jiraiya though. Too, because after he trains, he goes to the hot springs, and when he gets there to the hot springs, basically, he sees him looking at girls, like he does. As then he goes, "Yo, pervert," and then he just kicks Jiraiya's scaring and will make him yell as the girls run away. He's like, "Hey, you don't have to skin." Wait. He's thinking of like a Naruto. He was like, hey, I don't swing that way. He's like, no. Feels like I know you, kid. What's your name? Naruto Uzumaki. He's like, wait, Naruto? No. He's thinking, if he was Naruto's son, he would have blue eyes. Can I ask you a question? He was like, yeah. What is it? He goes like, your eyes. Why are they so red and slit-like? He was like, oh, Kurama, the demon fox, you could say. Really? He's just a tail beast who's made of pure chakra, has his own feelings and entity. So, I trained so hard, my body broke through its limits, and for some weird reason, my eyes turned red because of his chakra, infused itself into me for some weird reason. I have no idea why. That's the best thing I can come up after so long. But anyways, it really does give me a lot of strength boost and chakra control, so it helps. As he goes he's thinking, my godson. What training did you do? Samurai training. Even though I have to forge a sword. I know how to forge a sword. I have to forge another one because the second one is a little bit... how can I say this right? Not really working so well. I mean, it was one that they gave me, but it was like, hey, I'm getting dull now, so that's why I've been taking care of it all, but it's just past its time since this is my very first sword. So it's past its prime, basically. He's like, I'm gonna ask you a question. He was, yeah. Do you need someone to train you for the Chunin exams? He was like, yeah, but my sensei is not around. He's training a friend of mine named Sasuke, and my friend Hinata is being trained by her father even more now because she asked for it. She legit realized her own weakness and he's trained. She's basically... Her father, when I went to her yesterday, seemed to, well, not train her too hard, but he did say, come up with your own way of fighting. And Hinata's fighting style is changing. The Hyuga way is changing, so I'm kind of glad about that. He's like, anyways, I'll train you, but here's the thing, you have to have a scroll that is part of the toads, and that's the only way I'll, train you. It's like, alright, cool. Just tell me the hand signs after I, sign the contract, and we'll get over it because I already know about the summoning contracts. It's like, all right. So, after Jiraiya showing the hand sign for summoning, Naruto summons out Gamabuto. And how this goes is when Gamabuto goes, huh? This right? He basically quick draws a sword, sending a blade of chakra out and cutting Gamabuto's pipe, basically. And he's like, he was like, well, you're saying, Toad, runt, I can easily kill you if I want to. So don't even try it. As he goes like, well, looks like you aren't just a runt. Sorry about that, this is something found in my room, but, he's like, I like your spirit, kid. Alright. I think you're worthy of summoning me. He's like, cool. Naruto Uzumaki, nice to meet you. He's like, Gambuto, it's nice to meet you too. By the way, why do you carry a sword around you? We're like, oh, because I was trained by the Demonized clan. He's like, are those samurais? He's like, yeah, why, you know them? He's like, Jiraiya, do you know about them? He's like, yeah, I heard the rumors. He's like, oh, then you haven't heard them all. Kid, if you were trained by them, does that mean your eyes go like, no, I'm the Nine-Tailed Fox Cherokee. So, hey, we're partners, right? He's like, yes, sir, partners. Call me whenever you need me. Legit, anytime, doesn't matter. I promise you that. Good day. As he basically on food just leaves. And then he tells everyone on the whole entire freaking place about him. He's like, even all the toads then be like afraid to see Naruto. But he does say though, even though he's trained by them, he has this calm, aura around him. So it's like, I don't know what to do, be afraid or call him a brat. But hey, he's trying to kill me, so I'm like, I'm doing what he says no matter what. So, yeah. Anyways, though, after that, Naruto and Jiraiya start to do taijutsu training. And Jiraiya finds out Naruto is way above a freaking genin. And so he goes, how good is your chakra control? He's like, pretty good. I mean, I did have some shadow clone. I did use the multi-shadow clones to make more shadow clones. And they're training all the way over there. And chakra control, as basically that's stuff where his training area is. And he says it's basically this is like, it's been like 3 weeks. So, since he's been training with Jiraiya after the whole entire summon of Toad. So it's like, hey, how many you made? 2,000. He's like, so you mean, yeah, release. And then all of a sudden, a whole entire wave of chakra comes over him, and then now, basically increasing, he's able to control it all. His chakra. He's like, alright, so, what are we gonna do now since Pervy Sage? He's like, my boy Naruto, you are a monster. In a good way, in a good way, in a good way. It's like, I know. So, what do you want to teach me? He's like, the Rasengan. This name is, is developed by, this jutsu was developed by me and the fourth Hokage. He's like, huh, really? He's like, yes, and I'd like to pass it down to you. He's like, alright, so, and he goes, alright, let's see. So basically, he shows him what he has to do. Basically, the first ball, with water, pops it. The second one, pure air, pops it. I think the third one, water and air together, pops it, basically. And he goes, he already had a feel for it, so it's like, are you sure? These are supposed to be hard? He's like, alright, now see if you can do it. Here's all those feelings they had together. He's like, alright. So basically, he just focused all his chakra, well, not all his chakra, some chakra into his hand, and then all of a sudden, Jiraiya sees the chakra coming off of Naruto's hand. As basically, it starts swirling around, and basically, there are Rasengan's being made. As he just says, now Naruto, run to the tree. As when he does, in a blitz, in an instant, you just hear, Rasengan! As he smashes that, it into the tree, breaking it. Just not breaking it, but sending it flying. As Jiraiya goes like, amazing! Naruto smiles. He's like, of course. So, is there anything else you want to teach me? He's like, uh, I mean, yes, but we have to get permission from the third Hokage. It's some jutsus that you may be quite interested in. Like the second Hokage's, water style jutsus. I know I'm not doing it. I'm not making him Togurama's grandson, no. No, I'm just making him learn some of his jutsus. And a little bit of the fourth Hokage's jutsus. So yes, he's like, okay. So that's what they do. They get permission and, well, Naruto masters them. Not master them, but able to do them, just not fully to the fullest potential. So he says he's going to have to take some time with this, but he doesn't have enough time because of the tuning exams coming up. In which he understands. Well, Jiraiya, they say they can come with new jutsus with him, when they're ready. So yeah. So, this is like, they practice with it more. Well, by when I said he practiced with them, it's like the day before the junior exams, Naruto says this to Jiraiya. So, like, So basically, Kurama just tells him, if you have to face that, Hyuga kid, don't ever hold back. Well, at least hold back enough just so, He's like, right, got it. So, they, basically, the next day, they go to the place, Naruto's not late, and, well, that's, what happens is in canon, Neji Hyuga versus Naruto Uzumaki, and, whoa! Neji is terrified. Naruto smiles at him, and Neji just says, please have mercy to me, God. And Naruto then knows the look on his face. He goes, there is no God for you today. It's like, help me. He looks at someone, but no one, everyone just looks away, like Shikamaru, just like, you're on your own, man. I'm not facing him. It's like, come on, man, help me out. He's, nope, have fun. Because he's the first match. And so, what Naruto does is, well, Hiruzen says, Naruto, I'm sorry to say this, but can you not use your swords? He's like, fine. He puts both of the swords down, he puts them both basically down. He's like, okay. Am I allowed to use the special kunai? He's like, yes. Because actually Naruto does take a special kunai. And, which anyone who knows about who he is, all of a sudden eyes widen. He smiles and he goes like, so, some people notice what this looks like. Don't want to be similar to him, but it works. Because, well, Jiraiya told him the secret, and Hiruzen gave him permission, so he knows who he is. And so, when the match says begin, Neji tries to run over to him. Naruto threw the kunai, as in, he basically dodges it from his face, smiling, goes like, I have this. And Naruto smiles, he goes, see ya. Flying, Raijin's right behind him. It's like, what the? It's basically all of a sudden right behind him. Goes like, he just hears Rasengan. He smashes, and basically he just smashes that into Neji's back, sends him flying, and it was like, everyone's going, what the? And he goes, flying thunder god. Consider it a parting gift from my own man. And Neji was like, oh wait, you're old man. He goes, duh. Who else had the Rasengan and the flying Raijin? And who else had yellow hair? I mean, I lost my blue eyes, but imagine them again. I had them on. And take away the whiskers. As Neji's eyes widen, as everyone of the, who know about the fourth Hokage, eyes widen, and basically Hiruzen says, tell them everything, Naruto! As, the Kazekage is like, huh? All of the civilians like, huh? And the council member's like, no! But, basically, Hinata's father is saying, yes! Because he actually wanted Naruto to know this, so now he knows, he's hype. He's like, yes, tell these worthless villagers about you. Even Donzo in the showers were like, worthless villagers. And he goes, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. My mother was Kushina Uzumaki. My father, because, his flash was a little bit red and yellow mixed together, so orange. Anyways, he throws up the kunai, and basically catches it. He goes, Minato Namikaze. The fourth Hokage was my father. So, Neji Hyuga, do you really think you can beat me? Besides, I know something that you don't. He goes, what? And as Neji says, what do you mean? He's like, no sword style. He's, wait, what the? He goes, sword style. Wind jutsu. Yeah, wind sword technique. As the wind is starting to cover Naruto's hand, well, arm basically, he goes into a hand form, or should I say, not really, just like a fist form. He goes, Wind Dragon Strike! As he just throws a punch, as all of a sudden a wind dragon's being formed, but then he also goes, combination move, animal forms, hawk, bear, tiger, lion, eagle. Basically, all of a sudden, like, he kind of moves his finger to do this, and like, touching the air itself to change. As basically multiple freaking animals coming out, and like, Neji's like, what the hell is this even possible? So basically, he does a spin rotation, 10-10 smiling. But here's the thing though, Naruto rushes over to that, and he smiles, and he goes like, what is he gonna do? And he goes like, then he just smashes his foot into the ground, kind of sending a piece of earth hitting Neji in the foot, tripping him, as then the rotation stops, and then he comes over and just kicks Neji in the face with his left foot, sending him flying into the wall, knocked out. And he goes like, ouch. Right, no, we have to do this. We have to do this right. As then Neji does trip, as then when he, does kick him, try to kick him this time, I'm mean, he does get up and dodges it, and then Neji's like, ha, you! As Naruto's right, like, already dash forward, and basically, he goes, nighty night! And then all of a sudden, he uppercuts Neji in the chin, knocking him out. Basically. And, well, that had hurt, because he did like nearly full force, almost cracking his jaw, as everyone's like, he goes, and that's why you never mess with the fourth Hokage's son. He goes over, grabs his swords, puts them to the side, and walks away. Everyone starts cheering. And, everyone's shocked about Naruto. So yeah. So, since Gaara's not there, the fights go similar till, well, right when the attack happens, Orochimaru appears. And he's like, you shall not attack my home. And all of a sudden he says, summoning jutsu, 1,000 snakes. As basically Naruto then says, yo, Snakey. I'm not Snake. Yo, Snake, seems like you're alive. He's like, yes. You? I'm ready to kill some ninjas. As Gaara's like, still unconscious, along with Shikaku. So it was like, hey, nothing's happening. But Naruto runs dashing forward, kind of so many like, even though the Sound Village, he did tell them about how he was gonna betray them, because now he has an immortal body, they outlived their usefulness. So basically, he's killing the Sound Ninjas, but not killing them. The Sand Village ninjas are being just knocked out so easily by him. Tamari and Kankuro look for Naruto. Hinata does attack Tamari, beating her very easily. Kankuro, on the other hand, was defeated by the bugs with Shino, Lion Cannon. And Gaara still being knocked out. When he wakes up, he sees Naruto at the door, at the window, saying, yo, you even try to turn Shikaku, I'll freaking cut your arms off. Basically in Shikaku form, he says. It's like, yes, sir. Like, the only thing Shikaku and Gaara fear now is Naruto. So yeah, so they're not gonna do nothing. He's like, good. So then basically he leaves. The Kazekage is attacking, Hiruzen. Orochimaru appears as well, like, well, Hiruzen. And the Kazekage. Seems you're following my plan. But I told you with a letter saying I didn't want this to happen no more, since I already achieved my dream. He's like, it does. And the Kazekage goes like, I did not want to have this alliance with the Hidden Leaf for this long, anyways. It's time for the hidden leaf to pay. As Orochimaru goes, "Tsk, tsk, tsk. No, no, no. You see, you shouldn't try nothing to my home." And then all of a sudden, he does he basically puts his hands, he does the hand signs, and basically he goes like, "Earth style, Earth walls." As basically it's like, what the? As then, Earth walls are around the Kazekage, and well, Haruzen with the monkey stuff basically does shoot, have it grow, it does his the expansion jutsu with it. It does, but the Kazekage does use the sand. Naruto is making sure every ninja is not being killed, because this is like a battle where no life could be, does not need to be taken. And so when Naruto basically gets to Haruzen in a blinding speed with basically the lightning, he sees the Kazekage struggling, as then he just kicks him, sending him flying, and then all of a sudden he looks up as Naruto's above him, and with going, Rasengan! Basically slamming it down into his stomach, knocking him out. And so with that, they're all defeated. And Haruzen looks at Orochimaru like, "Why did you help us if this was your plan?" And then he says, "Because of that boy over there, I achieved my dream of immortality. And it is time for me to surrender." As he puts it out of his hands. And as basically Haruzen's like, "Nani?" Naruto just like, "Well, this is interesting. Okay." So, all the rest says him, along with Kabuto, the Sound Ninja 4, are, they are gonna be there, but they're taking their comrade, who is the one who has the bone minute. Kibimaru? Yeah, Kibimaru, to be with, the village of Orochimaru because of one reason. He wants to be where Orochimaru is, so in the village would be his best. So yeah. And so, after that, Haruzen just says, "Alright, here's the thing. Naruto, for doing what you did, and, well, not killing no one, imagine, and showing us great abilities and who you are, Jonin." Naruto listens and goes like, "Huh? Also, we're not gonna give you the vest." He's like, "Okay, good, that would just cramp my," he goes, "We're gonna give you this." As basically, they give him, this is I think I did say, this is what he wears as his outfit. And they, give him something similar to it, but with the hat and the mask. He's like, new one, he's like, "Cool." And they, do make Sasuke, since, it was after Sasuke's event, and it was, near, the final event, but it was, during the final round, basically, who was going to be, the winner, it was hey, we showed, great potential, so Sasuke's a Chunin, Hinata's a Chunin, Shikamaru's a Chunin. Was basically knocked out with Sakura, so yeah, but anyways, with her, but yeah, so that's it. It was hey, thank you. So yeah, anyways, after that, he does tell them then, and also, I'm retiring. So, I need a successor to take over as the faithful Kage. Jiraiya was already said, not me, so, Jiraiya, please come in. As he goes, "Alright, what is it?" I already know what you need, just want to hear it really. "Can you go find Aunt Tsunade? The Orochimaru is in jail." It's like, "Yes, I will. Naruto, you need to come with me." It's like, "Okay, why?" "I want to try to see if you can face something." "Huh? What do you mean, face something?" "Did the Demon Heist clan ever tell you of an ancient area to never go into near this location?" As he pulls up a map, he's like, "Yeah, it's forbidden. It's only there if you're a fool who wants to die. Well, I want to see if you can face the creature who lives there." It's like, are you kidding me? That thing is over 13,000 years old, stronger than any human, with chakra. And he goes, you have the Ninetales, who's sealed, by the way. So how am I going to? And then all of a sudden, he goes, oh yeah, you need the key. He said, huh? Wait, there's a key to the cage? He's like, yes. How do you know this? I have the key. Okay. Kurama's like, take it. He said, huh? Take the key. Let it open. Then I give you my full support. Because honestly, it's been fun around with you. No, born day. Well, besides the forging. Actually, I kind of like the forging. So, it's like, alright, Kurama. Fine. Yeah. I'll take the key then. And, Jiraiya summons out the toad with the key. And, symbol and everything as well. Then, everything happens like it would happen in Shippuden. And so, he goes into his mindscape real quick. Opens up the cage. And Kurama goes like, finally, freedom! As then Naruto snaps his fingers, as all of a sudden, the landscape changes. He's like, there you go. Seems better now, right? He's like, yeah, thanks for the view. It's no problem. Anyways, Kurama? How are we gonna do this? He just fist bumps him as he goes into KCM 1, 2, and... oh, yeah. He's like, this is gonna take some time to get used to. Yes. Now be warned, you have to train with this, Naruto, before you face that beast. And I'll help you the best way I can. He's like, alright, Kurama, I trust you. So yeah. And then he says, so, we gonna be going? It's like, yep. Wait, when are we going? In a couple of hours, or tomorrow. What do you want? He's like, yeah, actually, I want to go celebrate for me becoming a Jonin. As Jiraiya did not heard this, and he was like, oh, never mind, we're definitely celebrating. Everyone, come on, let's go! And so, Naruto and everyone celebrate all of them becoming Chunins, and Naruto becoming a Jonin. And, well, Hinata, out of pure excitement, grabs Naruto and kisses him. And he's like, oop. And she, basically, she realizes what she did, she says sorry, and then, well, a kiss happens between them, which... was with Sasuke celebrating too. It was like, she goes, yes! And Sasuke just smiling. She goes, Naruto finally found somebody. So yeah. And then Naruto says, so, are we a thing now? She nods, saying yes, and he does say, good. So, alright. So after that little event, he goes to bed, and that's where I'm going to leave it off. Hope you guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are. Bye, everyone.